A developer is explaining the difference between traditional machine learning, ML, and generative AI, Gen AI, to a business stakeholder. Which statement best describes the fundamental difference? Generative AI produces novel data, text, images, code, rather than just classifying or predicting value. An organization wants to use a foundation model, FM, that is pre-trained on vast amounts of data but fine-tuned for their specific legal terminology. What is the primary benefit of using an FM as a starting point? FMs are trained on massive datasets to understand language and logic, which can then be adapted to specific domains. A company is concerned about a generative AI model providing confident but factually incorrect information. Which term describes this specific limitation? Hallucination is the phenomenon where a model generates text that is grammatically correct but factually wrong. Which AWS service provides a serverless experience to access various foundation models, FMs, from Amazon and leading AI startups through a single API? Amazon Bedrock is a fully managed service that offers a choice of high-performing FMs via an API. A healthcare company wants to ensure that the Gen AI model it uses does not leak sensitive patient data into the public domain during training. Which AWS managed solution directly addresses this? Amazon Bedrock supports private connectivity and does not use customer data to train the underlying base models. A user provides a specific set of instructions and a few examples to a Gen AI model to help it generate a response in a particular style. What is this technique called? Few-shot prompting involves providing a small number of examples, shots, within the prompt to guide the model. An enterprise is looking for high-performance, cost-effective infrastructure to train their own custom large-scale generative models. Which AWS-designed chip is optimized specifically for this? Trainium is the AWS-designed chip purpose-built for high-performance deep learning training. A customer service team wants to use Gen AI to answer questions about their internal HR policy documents. They want to ensure the answers are always based on the most current version of the documents without retraining the model. Which architecture should they use? RAG allows the model to fetch relevant info from an external knowledge base at the time of the query. A company wants to build a Gen AI application that summarizes long meeting transcripts. They need a model that can handle a very high context window. What does this term refer to? The context window defines the limit of information the model can consider for a single prompt response. Which AWS tool provides a playground environment for developers to test and compare different foundation models, FMs, before committing to one for production? The Bedrock console includes a playground feature for experimenting with text, chat, and image models. An e-commerce company uses a Gen AI model to generate product descriptions. They notice the model sometimes uses offensive language or promotes competitor products. Which feature of Amazon Bedrock can help mitigate this? Guardrails allow you to implement safeguards and filters to block undesirable content and topics. A developer wants to use a generative AI model to help write code snippets. Which AWS service is specifically designed as an AI-powered coding assistant? Amazon Q Developer, formerly Code Whisperer, is a generative AI-powered assistant for coding. What is temperature in the context of configuring a generative AI model's output? Higher temperature leads to more creative, random output, while lower temperature is more deterministic. Which of the following is a potential business limitation when implementing generative AI? Legal and compliance risks regarding output ownership and copyright are significant business hurdles. In a retrieval augmented generation (RAG) workflow, what is the role of a vector database? Vectors allow the system to find relevant information based on meaning rather than just keywords. A financial firm needs to run a high volume of Gen AI inferences daily with a consistent, guaranteed level of performance. Which Bedrock feature should they use? Provisioned throughput provides dedicated capacity and consistent performance for large workloads. What is the primary function of an embedding model in a generative AI application? Embeddings turn words into numbers so that computers can calculate how close two meanings are. An architect is designing a Gen AI solution that needs to be multimodal. What does this mean? Multimodal models can understand and generate content across different formats, modes. Which of the following is a key capability of generative AI for solving business problems? One of Gen AI's biggest strengths is creating high volumes of tailored text and images. A tech support company wants to build a Gen AI assistant that can automatically reset a user's password in a secure database and create a support ticket in their CRM system after identifying the user's issue from a conversation. When a question mentions performing a task, calling an API, or executing a workflow, the answer is agents. Well done for completing the test. Tell me in the comments how many answers you got correct. I'd love to see your score. If you're planning to earn your AWS AI Practitioner certification, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Stay tuned for step-by-step learning materials and tips to help you succeed. Keep learning and have fun along the way.